you.
Small big 7-8. 7-8.
Oh,
I didn't get you.
tell me the name of your client again.
Almir Ribic.
All right. You need an interpreter or no?
No.
Okay, I just saw Ms. Cox immediately. Okay, this is the People versus Almira Ribic. Ticket number P11985527, count 1, open alcohol in a motor vehicle passenger. Good morning. Please state your name for the record, starting with Attorney Mortimer.
Thank you, Your Honor, and good morning. My name is Gregory Mortimer, and I'm standing in for Marie Garian today, and I'm representing Mr.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Almir Ribic.
All right, it's my understanding, Mr. Ribic, that you are requesting a bench trial.
Yes,
Okay, can you raise your right hand, Mr. Ribic?
yes,
Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
yes,
Put your hand down. You understand you do have the right to a jury trial?
yes,
Does anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything of value to waive your right to the jury trial?
no,
You understand that by having a bench trial, the court will be the fact finder?
yes,
Okay, so the court's gonna continue your not guilty plea set for a bench trial on July 8th at 9 o'clock. Did you have any questions?
no.
You're all set.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I know this is Miss Garian's case, but this is for other lawyers that I can't cover, and I'm going to be out of town that day.
Okay, give me one moment.
Could we get July, if it has to be on a Friday, could we get July 22nd?
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good one.
Everybody enjoy the rest of the day.
Okay.
You too.
Mr. Mortimer.
Thank you, too.
Gary, good morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
Like, here, I'll just pick one. We'll do Kara Randolph.
Yes, ready.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Versus Kara Randolph, ticket number P1221104, count 1, open alcohol in the motor vehicle passenger. Good morning. Please state your names for the record, starting with Attorney Barry.
Elwood S. Berry Jr., P28880, on behalf of Ms. Randolph. State your full name, Ms. Randolph.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Cara Jayana Randolph.
Your Honor, Ms. Randolph requires a bench trial in this matter.
Okay, Ms. Randolph, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. You understand you do have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything of value to waive your right to a jury trial?
No, Your Honor.
You understand that by having a bench trial, the court will be the fact finder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so the court is going to continue your not guilty plea and set it for a trial date on July 8th at 9 o'clock. Did you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then you're all set, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too. All right, Mr. Ramos Abreu, am I pronouncing that correctly, sir?
Abreu.
Abreu. Now we need you, Ms. Cox. Okay. Abreu. Ramos Abreu. Got it. Okay, this is the People versus Roberto Ramos Abreu. Ticket number P1189257, count one, failure to tarp load.
Este es el caso del Estado contra Roberto Ramos Abreu, número SP 118925571, que falló en cubrir una carga.
And ticket number P1189269, count one, no receipt of or unsigned registration, and count two, proof of insurance.
Y el cargo SP 1189269, cargos 1 y 2, que no tenía registro o no tenía registro.
Good morning,
O
please. State your
seguro.
name. Good morning, please state your names for the record, starting with interpreter Cox.
Maria Cox, State of Michigan, qualified Spanish interpreter.
Ms. Cox, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to interpret Spanish to English and English to Spanish to the best of your ability?
I do.
And Mr. Barry, Attorney Barry, can you say your name, please?
Yes, Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Mr. Ramos Abreu.
Y yo,
Please have him say his name.
el abogado se presentó, que lo estaba representando a usted, el señor Berry. Y por favor diga su nombre, señor Ramos Abreu.
Sí, mi nombre es Roberto Ramos Abreu.
My name is Roberto Ramos Abreu.
Your Honor, there is an offer. The defendant would avail himself, the court permitting. He's prepared to enter a plea to failure to tarp a load based on a 3-month delayed sentence.
Su honoría, hay una oferta que le han hecho que el señor quiere aceptar a declararse culpable de no tener la carga cubierta y una sentencia que se la quitan en 3 meses.
And Mr. Ramos Abreu, can you raise your right hand?
Señor Ramos Abreu, por favor, levante la mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
¿Usted jura y afirma que va a decir toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down.
Puede bajar la mano.
You've had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Barry today in private about your case and your rights.
¿Usted tuvo la oportunidad de hablar en privado con el señor Berry sobre su caso y sus derechos?
Sí.
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you, forced you, or promised you anything of value in exchange for your guilty plea today?
¿Alguien lo ha amenazado o prometido algo de valor para que usted se declarara culpable hoy?
No.
You're pleading of your own free will.
¿Usted se está declarando ahí por su propio conocimiento o albedrío?
Sí, no hay otra solución.
Yes, there is another solution.
You're pleading guilty because you're actually guilty.
¿Usted se está declarando culpable porque en realidad es culpable?
Me estoy declarando culpable porque la TARP no era lo suficientemente grande, no cubría el 100%.
I am pleading guilty because the tarp was not 100% large enough to cover the load 100%.
Okay, and we'll get to that. You understand that by pleading guilty, you're waiving your right to trial?
¿Usted entiende que al declararse culpable está renunciando al derecho de tener un juicio?
Sí, claro.
Yes, of course.
Ya llevo 1 año y 1 mes con esto y estoy cansado de eso. Me
I've
suspendí mi licencia sin necesidad y estoy cansado.
Yes, I've been dealing with this for 1 year and 1 month, and I am tired of dealing with it. My license was suspended for really no reason. I'm just ready to get this done.
And knowing that you're pleading guilty, knowing that you're waiving your right to trial, you still wish to continue with your guilty plea?
Y sabiendo que está renunciando al derecho de tener un juicio, ¿aún así quiere continuar con su declaración de culpable?
Sí, claro.
Yes, of course.
Okay, I'm going to direct your attention to the date of April 16, 2021 at approximately 8:43 p.m. On that date and time, were you at or near Livernois and Regular Street in the city of Detroit?
Yo quiero que usted se acuerde del día 16 de abril del 2021 alrededor de las 8:45 de la noche, cerca de la calle Livernois en la ciudad de Detroit. ¿Estaba usted conduciendo un vehículo?
Sí.
Yes,
Recuerdo eso.
yes, I do remember.
Were you driving a 2013 Ford vehicle?
¿Usted está manejando un carro Ford del año 2013?
Sí, una 550, 550.
Yes, a 550.
And did you fail to tarp the load?
Y usted falló en cubrir la carga.
La tarp no era del tamaño que yo fui a recoger el donte. El donte era un poco más grande y me quedaba como un 20% abierto.
Yes, the tarp was not big enough to cover 100% of the load. It covered about approximately 80%, leaving about 20% of it uncovered.
Mr. Berry, you're satisfied with factual basis?
Señor Berry, ¿usted está satisfecho con los hechos?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor, if that's,
And the court is also satisfied with the factual basis and will accept the admission.
Y la
Mr.
corte
Berry.
también, su abogado y la jueza están satisfechos con que los hechos son así como establecidos.
Ok.
And Mr. Berry, do you stipulate to probable cause as to the remaining counts to be dismissed?
Y señor Berry, ¿usted acepta que los demás cargos son probablemente ciertos con la declaración de culpabilidad?
so stipulated, Your Honor.
Así lo estipulamos.
So the court will dismiss the remaining counts without prejudice. We'll proceed to sentencing. There's going to be a $200 fine. And this is the delayed sentence. So the due date is August 26, 2022.
Entonces, la corte va a aceptar su declaración de culpable, va a poner una multa de $200, la cual debe ser pagada antes del 26 de agosto, 26 de agosto de este año.
Ok.
Any questions?
¿Alguna pregunta?
Sí, mi pregunta es los $600 que me cobraron a mí por seguro y registración y suspensión de licencia. Yo teniendo la evidencia, la prueba. No la tengo ahora porque no estoy en Michigan. No estoy en Michigan. Pero, ¿qué va a pasar con eso? Porque
So
yo
my-
pagué $600 y llamé a la corte y me dijeron, tiene que esperar que tenga la corte de nuevo y que le explique eso. A ver qué van a
Okay.
hacer con eso.
My question is, I already paid $600 for, so what will happen to the rest of that money? I called the court and they said that I needed to wait until the court date to see what would happen with the rest of the money that I paid for no insurance and no registration, and that my license was suspended when I had proof of insurance and registration. I don't have it now because I'm not in Michigan, but what will happen to that money?
All monies will be refunded. It's not applied to its monies.
All monies will be refunded. That's not applied to the fine.
El dinero que no lo aplican a la multa, se lo devolverán.
Ok, pero mi pregunta, ¿cómo no lo van a aplicar? Porque ya lo aplicaron.
How will that be applied to that since I've already paid it? How does that work?
Did he,
Go ahead.
did he post the bond or did he pay it? I think he's talking about posting the bond.
¿Usted pagó una fianza o pagó una multa? ¿Qué fue lo
No,
que pagó?
Pagué 2 multas, que era registración y seguro, y también tuve que pagar para reactivar mi licencia para atrás, suspensión.
Okay, I paid 2 fines for no registration and no insurance, which I had proof of. And I also had to pay to reinstate my license.
Oh, it sounds like that's something different, and he's still gonna have to pay the $200 for this fine.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, did you say he does or he doesn't? I want to make
He
sure.
does. He does, because if he had paid a bond, he could get the money back, but it looks like he just paid fines for another ticket.
Dice ella, le pedí que me clarificara porque no entendí, porque ella dijo que entonces ella cree que esto es algo diferente, que usted las multas que pagó fueron por otros tiquetes. Si hubiera sido por
No.
una fianza, se la devuelven.
No, pero fue por el mismo caso, porque el policía llegó, cuando el policía se fue al carro, que vino con el ticket, yo tenía el seguro y la registración en la mano. Entonces él me dijo a mí, ya yo puse los tickets. Cuando tú estés en la corte, preséntalo y te quitan esos dos tickets. Entonces, cuando yo estuve en la corte, yo tenía el seguro y la registración. Me dijeron, déjalo para la próxima audiencia. Pero antes de que llegara la próxima audiencia, me suspendieron mi licencia y me mandaron los tickets, que si no lo pagaba, yo no podía conducir.
Okay. When the police officer came back to my car, I had the registration and the insurance on hand. And he said, I already wrote the ticket. So when you go to court, present your documents, they will dismiss them. But when I went to court, they told me that I needed to wait for the next court date. And in the meantime, I got my license suspended I had to pay for, and 2 tickets that I had to pay for, or I couldn't drive.
Those were civil infractions that you paid for.
Esos son infracciones civiles por lo cual usted pagó.
No, fue por la misma infracción del TARP.
It was
por lo
the
mismo.
same infraction as not having the tarp. It was the same date.
It might have been on the same date, but they might have charged you with some civil infractions as well. Those have been closed out. Looks like you've paid them, but you still have to deal with this other ticket, which you dealt with today.
Dice que no, que tal vez hubieran sido el mismo día, pero esas otras 2 infracciones son infracciones civil. Usted ya las pagó y ahora lo que estamos resolviendo es el otro cargo. Eso es lo que hemos resuelto hoy.
Pero eran los 3 juntos,
But they were, all 3 of them were together.
porque fue en el mismo camión,
It was all on the same date, same vehicle,
el mismo policía.
and the same
Right.
officer.
Exactly. Sometimes you can get a number of tickets all from one day, one occurrence, one officer. And you can deal with them on different occasions, and they can be on different tickets. So sometimes that happens.
A veces eso sucede, puede ser el mismo día, el mismo carro, el mismo
No,
policía,
No,
pero
pero fue el mismo ticket cuando me pararon por la TARP. Me lo pusieron ahí.
it
No
was
fue,
the same
no
ticket.
fue diferente.
It was on the same ticket that they gave me for the tarp. It wasn't a different ticket.
At this point, what's your question?
¿Cuál es la pregunta?
El policía me para a mí y me dice, tu TARP no cubre, tú no tienes TARP, me dice. Yo le digo, yo tengo TARP. Lo único que no cubre al 100%. Ok, él se va, me dice, dame tu registración y seguro. Yo lo estoy buscando y no lo encuentro.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just need a question, not an explanation.
Le estaba pidiendo una pregunta, no una explicación.
Okay.
What he said is the same that he had said before, Your Honor, that he was stopped. The officer said, you don't have a tarp. And he said, yes, he was looking for his driver for his insurance. He didn't find it, but then he had it.
Okay, it looks like he's paid the fines already for those. They gave him civil infractions. He's paid those.
Usted ya
Now he's
pagó por
dealing
esas
with-
infracciones civiles.
Now
Pagué,
he's
pero
dealing with
tenía,
this. So it's $200. I don't know what else to tell you.
Dice, no
But
sé qué
that's
más
the
decirle, son
question,
$200.
pero mi pregunta es que si yo voy a perder entonces lo que yo pagué, porque yo tenía esa evidencia. Yo tenía la prueba de seguro y el policía me confirmó que cuando yo presentara el seguro y la registración, me iban a quitar esos tickets.
Okay.
Esa es mi pregunta.
My question is, will I get a refund? Because the officer, when he gave me the ticket, said that if I would present that documentation, which I showed him, he said it would be dismissed.
Mr. Barry, do you want to wait for the city prosecutor, Ms. Horn, to come back to see if, because he paid these civil infractions, if possibly they'll dismiss this count?
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
So we'll recall this. We'll recall
Okay.
it.
Ok, van a parar porque le preguntó la jueza a su abogado si quiere hablar con la fiscal de la ciudad a ver si, porque usted ya pagó esos tickets, entonces le quitan la multa de hoy, pero tienen que
Claro.
esperar a hablar con la fiscal.
Ok, está bien. Está
Ok,
bien.
that's fine.
All right.
Okay.
Kenneth Richmond.
Entonces
you
vamos a
need to
esperar.
turn your video on.
Ok.
Darnell, you put him back in the breakout room, please.
I will. Madam Interpreter, could you tell him to return back to his breakout room, which is breakout room number 4?
Ok, dice que regrese entonces al cuarto de espera donde estábamos antes. Hay un botoncito que dice Breakout Rooms. No sé si usted lo tiene, que regrese al cuarto número 4 si puede.
Sí, déjame verificar.
So let me see if I can do it, he said.
Aquí, estoy aquí.
Okay.
Richmond, can you unmute yourself and turn your video on?
I'm not sure that Mr. Petway, that he will be able to do that. I can probably do it myself. I'm not sure that he'll figure that out.
He probably won't. I'm gonna put him in another breakout room. I'm gonna put him in breakout room number 2.
Ok, lo va a mandar a otro cuarto de espera. Espérese a que lo manden, es el cuarto número 2.
Ok, está bien.
Petway, would you like me to wait here or go with him?
You can go with him.
And has Mr. Robledo Ortiz shown up at all?
No.
Okay, I will wait then with Mr. Ramos.
If he come, I'll come back and get you.
Okay,
This is the people versus Kenneth Richmond, ticket number P1324468, count 1, no insurance misdemeanor. Good morning, please say your name for the record, starting with Attorney Barry.
O.S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Mr. Richmond. State your full name, Mr. Richmond.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Kenneth Richmond.
Your Honor, Mr. Richmond would avail himself of the offer to enter a plea to improper plates.
All right, Mr. Richmond, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Put your hand down. You've had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Barry today in private about your case and your rights.
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened you, forced you, or promised you anything of value in exchange for your guilty plea?
No, ma'am. I never even heard about the guilty plea.
We haven't done it yet. I'm asking you.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Has anyone, you're pleading of your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty because you're actually guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you're waiving your right to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that you're waiving your right to trial, you still wish to continue with your guilty plea?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to direct your attention to the date of March 6, 2022 at approximately 2:56 p.m. on that date and time where you at or near the location of Livernois and Pembroke in the city of Detroit.
Yes, ma'am. No, really? Yeah, yes.
2016 Buick vehicle.
Yes.
And did you not have insurance?
No, ma'am, I didn't.
You're satisfied, Mr. Berry, with the factual basis?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll proceed to sentencing. There's going to be a $200 fine. Can you have that paid by July 2nd?
I thought this was going to be dismissed.
The prosecutor offered improper plates.
He never told me that. He told me that this was going to be put in for dismissal.
You want to set it for a trial?
Yeah, that's why I got my insurance today. I thought if I bring my insurance today, it would be dismissed.
Your Honor, my bad. He has produced his insurance, and I did inform him that if he could display that to the court, he was looking at a dismissal of this matter.
Yes, I thought I was supposed to get it dismissed.
All right, so shut up and wait.
You had an opportunity. Did you see his Mr. Barry? Did you see his insurance
I did, Your Honor.
was in fact valid?
It was, Your Honor. It is.
All right. The court will dismiss without prejudice. You're all set, Mr. Richmond.
Thank you. You guys have a blessed day.